Ladies and gentlemen, my dear Grow teammates, good to see all of you here again on this Saturday afternoon. You should give yourself a round of applause. Well done, well done. Thank you so much for coming into this Saturday afternoon to want to learn. Let's begin our training proper. You can ask a question at the end of this sharing, yeah? And any things that you're not too sure, you can also give me a direct call subsequently after this. Let's begin our training. Are you able to see the slides? If you are able to see the slides, give me some chat that you are able to see the slides. Yes? Able to see the slide? Oh, I saw that Alvin responding. Okay, Stanley responding. Very good. Okay, great, great. I can see a lot of high energy from all the Grow teammates. And thank you so much that you are so thankful as well, responding to my question. Okay, today's key lesson is about 3 vital financial skill mastery. You can apply it immediately to add massive value to all your clients. So that is important. The key is to apply it immediately after my training today. Let me draw to the next slides. You can see this very unity leaders photo here. We are committed. All the leaders here, we are committed to make sure that we deliver the best support for you. And of course, do have the expectation that these trainers actually come voluntarily to step up to provide the training. So with a thankful heart, with an open mind, we will grow together as a Grow group, a group that will not focus on external blame, but more on focusing on being thankful and do our best to excel in our career. Okay, give you a quick update. What's going to happen in the next few days? There's this HDB Power Sales Program. It is a 2 full days program. The speaker, Kelvin Tan, Hockey, and also Wilson will be taking up the first day on the 21st April, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. Yes, it is a long day because we want you to learn everything within that day. In between, there will be break. The trainers, in fact, are working hard to coordinate among themselves to make sure that the transition is smooth for all the students here. Next will be the private condo. Let me go back to one more slide. Yes. For the HDB Power Sales Program also comprises Ryan Ong, Alvin Lee, and Alfred, in addition to the earlier one that I mentioned, Hockney, Kelvin, and Wilson. Following that will be private condo sales program. This is by Augustine, Hockney, Eric Goh, Jodia, and Bowie, all of which are also top achiever themselves to be able to share their vast real case experiences to you so that all of you can close more deals after the COVID-19. And last but not least, we have still many more programs lining up. We also are very blessed to have the 3, we call it the Titans in project sales. You know they are the Titans in project sales. Project sales program, 1 full day by Ko Lili, Sean, and Jay Chong. Yeah, so stay tuned for all this training. You will break through. We will break through together. Yeah. Okay, let's begin this 3 vital financial skills mastery. Okay, what is this all about? In this circuit breaker, think about it this way. We can do something to add value to our client. The key is to have that idea. But before you have the idea, you need to have some foundation so that when you communicate the idea to your client, they understand. And when they understand, it means you're able to connect to them well. So this question, this training actually come about asking myself this question. What can I do or what can you do now to add value to your client? Think for a moment, what can you do now to add value to your client? Yeah. Is it that now circuit breaker we shouldn't be doing anything? Possible, but that doesn't going to increase our production when the time become better. Sure, there must be some way we are able to add value. So what are they? I'll be going through together. I'll get you along with this journey. Today you'll be strengthening the foundation of this 3-circle financial mastery. What are these 3 circles? You need to be able to strengthen your foundation on how to calculate the HDB loan calculation and also give practical advice. The practical advice is important. So do not miss any of the practical advice. I'm going to give it to you. Some idea that you must equip with yourself at this point in time. Yeah. Bank loan calculation, there's a differentiation, there's a small little difference between the bank loan and also HDB. So you must know this difference so that you position yourself as a trusted advisor. And last but not least is the refinancing saving calculation. You must at least know that foundation so that when you communicate, you are able to connect. You know what you are communicating. And are you able to see this? Let me draw out this. Are you able to see this small little C here? Yeah? If you're able to see, maybe just put on a yes button. Are you able to see the small little golden C so that I know that you are still looking at the slides? Pretty good. Thanks many members for responding. So at least I know that I'm not talking to, I'm still learning. Okay, I take the lead to change. All my leaders are also taking the lead to change. So now visualizing, trying to talk to like as if a lot of students, but in front of me is just a white screen. I can't, and a mini text screen is very small. Sometimes I need to open to see whether you get to see the white screen. Try to continue to improve, to add value to all of you. Okay, this C, right, that you're seeing on right now, this C, okay, this C, let me draw out the annotation so that you can see this better. Okay, let me close this. Okay, this C is important. Why is it at the heart of the 3-circle? Because this C is the one that connects everything. So let's share with you more. Okay, HDB loan calculation and advice. What do you need to know? Okay, and what are the timely advice? The key is timely advice because currently you got this COVID-19. It's important that advice is practical and thoughtful. Yeah. Okay, to strengthen your foundation, you need to know deeper, especially in the two blue form. We call it the MSR and also the HDB loan interest rate per year calculation. This two is paramount, drawing out the key difference between a HDB loan and also a bank loan. What is before I go deeper on that, let me just briefly share what is loan to value ratio. Loan to value ratio is, say for example, if your valuation is 1 million, your loan is 700K. 700K divided by 1 million is 70%. So that one is called loan to value ratio. Follow? A quick recap in a very simple way first. TDSR, what is TDSR? Total debt servicing ratio framework. Total debt, say for example, total debt involve every debt, car loan, housing loan, credit card loan, all the loan add up, must not exceed 60%. That is what, in a nutshell, means for any lender to lend the person money. What is a loan tenure? A loan tenure is the number of years that the borrower can take. Say for instance, for a first loan, generally the guideline is 65 less the borrower age. And the borrower age, we're referring to income weighted average age for both parties. Yeah? Okay, total interest payment. This is something that is important. I will guide you through slowly. Monthly installment, most of you already know how to calculate. Annual installment. So this is a quick terminology that all of you must know. Okay, MSR, mortgage servicing ratio, refers to that portion of the borrower gross monthly income. I give you an example. Let's say, for example, if now your client that you're serving, even yourself, you can put yourself. Now, if your HDB loan, if let's say every month you're paying a mortgage of your HDB loan at, let's say, $200, and if your income is 1,000, I make it simple, gross income 1,000, but your HDB mortgage loan is $200. So if you use 200 divided by 1,000 is 20%. The key is it must not exceed 30%. Yeah? But take note, this calculation is based on an interest rate. Okay? It's based on the interest rate of, not based on the market interest rate. This one I'll elaborate a little bit more later. But in a nutshell, just do take note that for only HDB, okay, we need to fulfill one more stringent criteria called the mortgage servicing ratio, which is the 30%. The 30%, not more than 30% of the gross income. This one only applies to housing loan purchased for HDB flat and EC only. Okay, take note of one thing, especially this one. All right. For MSR calculation, right, we also need to account for 20%, okay, 20% of other property loan when this borrower is also the guarantor. So what does that mean, ladies and gentlemen? It means that don't anyhow be guarantor yourself. Yeah, but also at the same time, when you communicate to the client, you just have to ask the very question to the client whether or not they are also currently a guarantor of some other loan or some property loan of other. If yes, right, generally the lender will consider at least additional 20%, okay, of that guaranteed loan. So the effect in layman, you just have to think about it this way, okay? If let's say now you are guarantor of your brother loan. Yeah, you're not the borrower, but you're guarantor, you see. If your brother now every month is paying, let's say for example, $1,000, okay? You as a guarantor, the bank, right, who's going to lend you money, okay, will account 20% of the 1,000, meaning $200. $200 as part of the calculation for towards the mortgage servicing ratio. Yeah. So this is, in a nutshell, you need to take note. That's why it's called strengthening your foundation today. Okay, let's go a little bit deeper. For HDB loan, right, the definition is called, HDB will give a concessionary interest rate. It has always used this word called concessionary. Okay, the concessionary, there's a formula. This formula is actually 0.1%, okay, above the current CPF ordinary account interest rate. It's back at 0.1%. You may be wondering, why is it called concessionary interest rate? Because last time, many years back, there's one point in time, if you could still remember, interest rate go as high as 5%. 5%, ladies and gentlemen. So by having the HDB concessionary rate, 2.6% versus 5%, is considered very concessionary. Yes, the certainty is there. So that is that history. So I have to put some history to you so that you can understand. But take note, The 0.1% pegged above CPF ordinary account interest rate. This CPF ordinary account interest rate, which is currently 2.5%, is not forever, you know. Don't take things for granted it's forever, but generally speaking, government has been quite steady. It will be adjust every quarterly, January, April, July, and October. And so far it has been staying at 2.5% CPF ordinary account interest rate for quite a long while. It is risk-free. Wow, so ladies and gentlemen, when you earn money, right? If you are not someone who like to invest in stock, to you, this training is also to let you know that if you could contribute more to your CPF ordinary, because you'll be earning a little bit of higher compared to normal bank rate. But take note there's a certain cap, which I'll share with you later. So what is the HDB concessionary rate right now? 0.1 plus 2.5%, so it's 2.6%. So currently it's 2.6%. Here comes. You can refinance your HDB housing loan with one from bank loan. So example, say now if your HDB, you are now currently, okay, basically I put it more directly so as not to confuse you. Generally, most of the owner right now in Singapore, most of them are having their HDB loan generally with HDB. Yeah, they own a HDB as a flat owner. Most of them, they are now having their loan from HDB. So they are paying 2.6% now. Currently, the private bank is 1.6%. 1.6%. So, looking conceptually, from 2.6, you can go 1.6 lower. But are they aware? Are you aware? And what does that 1% means in detailed calculation so that you can have that foundation background when you communicate, you are able to add value to your client in a very professional way to help them save money. Save how much money? That is the main reason for this training, to give you that confidence to be able to calculate the estimation. Take note of one important thing. When a HDB flat owner currently has HDB loan, if he decided to refinance to, let's say, DBS Bank or OCBC Bank or UOB Bank, they cannot, take note, they cannot subsequently refinance the loan back to HDB. This is something that as a professional trusted advisor, you need to let your client know if you are helping them to do the substantial saving, that they are unable to go back to the HDB again. This is something that is important that you need to let them know. Advisors are important. What are the advisors? As a trusted advisor, I want you to think hard. Now, let's say you are the HDB flat owner. With COVID-19, you are also aware that many of the workers or employees are losing jobs. Not just losing jobs, their income are cut. Some cut quite substantially. Yes, some freelance like taxi driver, their income are even sharper. Some employees are from the aviation industry, which currently the whole airport are being locked down. The whole airport is not in operation. So we have to be mindful at this point in time, what are the potential advisors that you are able to provide in a professional way. So let's say if these flat owners currently are facing all these financial difficulties, you must have some practical advice. The first one, be aware that they can actually approach the HDB. They can approach the HDB. They can approach the HDB to plan out an installment plan within a reasonable period. This is one possible option. Yeah, one possible option. There's also another feasible method. The monthly installment amount, let's say if the monthly installment for the HDB mortgage currently is $700 per month, $700 per month. But because they lose their job or have a huge pay cut, they don't have the amount to pay $700. They can also, you can also advise them that they can also approach HDB, okay, for that amount to be lowered, okay, to be lowered. It's possible, okay, but of course we also need to, it's possible through extending the housing loan. Of course, you also need to still fulfill the 65 years of age ceiling and eligibility. There are more important practical methods. The loan scheme can also be converted. Maybe not many is aware. You are able to convert to a reduced repayment for 6 months, subject to a 6 months review. So this scheme allow the client you advise to be able to pay substantially lesser. Say, remember just now the example we give, $700 a month. Yeah. So $700 a month, if you reduce to 50%, it's about $350 per month. Don't underestimate all this lowered amount, or we call it reduced repayment, because it will help, especially in this COVID-19 period. It can allow you to, and take note for this scheme, you need to fulfill one important criteria. When the client that you are advising, when his monthly CPF contribution become insufficient to service their monthly installment, then they will be eligible for this. So say for example, now every month they are paying $700, yeah, per month. But because due to the pay cut, substantial pay cut, their monthly contribution now to the ordinary account becomes less than $700. Yeah, less than $700. With this criteria, you can also advise them to help them, okay, help them. You can go to the HDB, okay, CC them in the email, provide the added service. The main idea is you know these are the practical advice. And you also know that you're not someone that only focus on selling their property. Yes? No. At this point in time, you want to genuinely add value. You want to connect. You want to connect to all your clients. You want to connect to all your customer base. Okay? You want to connect. Okay, another advice. The payment, right? The monthly payment can also be deferred. Are you aware? Are you aware that it can be deferred? You can defer for this 6 months and extend another 6 months. That means the whole loan installment can be deferred and extend 6 plus 6. But take note, when there's a method, you as a trusted advisor, you must know there's a criteria, there's a condition. So in this case, if you want to fully defer, possible, but you need to fulfill this. You need to first exhaust all your CPF ordinary account balance. I'll give you an example. Let's say now the same example that your client or even yourself, you are paying $700 per month for the monthly installment. So now your CPF ordinary balance, let's say, becomes zero because you already use most of your CPF ordinary balance when you buy your HDB flat, already zero. So mainly whenever you got money is because whenever you work, there's a CPF contribution. But now, let's say this person get out of job, maybe in aviation industry, in the F&B, some hit really very, very hard, okay? Or even real estate agent, yeah, or even insurance agent, freelance, or even all those freelance that work in many other way. So events, events planner, now no more events to plan, okay? And their CPF ordinary is totally zero, yeah? But if they exhaust all the CPF ordinary balance, yes, this group is able to defer 6 months. So can you imagine you as a trusted advisor, you connect to them, they realize that, hey, wow, you provided all this practical advice, they will appreciate. You also make your job very meaningful in this COVID-19 period to provide your professional advice to them. Yeah. There's another method you need to take note. Okay, what is this method? Exploring. You can also advise them to explore whether within your working family members, within them, they can also potentially become a co-owner of the family. Okay, of course, subject to eligibility condition. The main idea is what? If there's these working members, okay, family members that become a co-owner, yes, and the good news is this new co-owner, they can use their CPF ordinary to pay for any arrears. So these are all the important thing that you can immediately advise your client. Okay, important points to take note, very important. During this period, I call it the 6 months COVID circuit breaker, the 6 months and another 6, especially now, 6 plus 6, given the situation that Singapore currently is facing with high numbers of new infection, with the recent dormitory case incident, you will realize that this period is really will be hitting many people. Yeah. So when you advise all the earlier options that I mentioned, do take note. You must also let them know, okay, while the existence, the main idea is to help them ease their cash flow so that they are able to still buy food on the table for their kids, okay, their family, okay. They have to take note that the monthly interest continues to accrue. Take note, they will still have to pay for the monthly interest, okay. The monthly interest continue to accrue, yeah. Okay, in a nutshell is whatever that's being deferred at later stage to pay or whatever that's being reduced, in a nutshell is there will be a interest on the deferred amount of payment. You don't need to know too deeply on that calculation, but you need to know at least conceptually that after the existence period, generally they would have to pay a higher monthly loan installment. Later, I'll give you one example of elaboration when I go into the calculation. Then you have a deeper understanding. Okay, before you attend the training and after you attend, before you attend the training and after you attend the training. CPF. For CPF, right, interest rate currently is at 2.5%, as you see from here. What you need to know is there's generally two groups. One is for members that is below 55 years of age and members that is above 55 years of age. So for these members that is above 55 years of age, generally they can earn up to 6% on the first 30K of combined CPF balances. Okay, combined meaning the Medisave, the ordinary, and the special. Yeah, and of course up to 20,000 from the ordinary account. But generally, in a nutshell, okay, Singapore really take good care of our older, we call it Merdeka generation, okay, up to 6%. To put in perspective, it's a lot of money. Because currently in the bank, right, it's about 0.6 over percent per year if you put your money in the bank. See that? Let you know when you put your $1,000 in the bank, you only earn 0.6% there about. Okay, after 1 year. But government, for this group, almost up to 6% risk-free. Yeah, risk-free. So it's something that you need to be aware. So that when customer asks you question regarding what is your view on putting money in HDB, in CPF and in bank, you have certain opinion based on certain facts. Yeah. So for members below 55, they got OA account. See my cursor, SA account and MA. So the OA is 2.5%. Generally for this group, you may be in this group up to 5% interest that CPF is providing. So on the first 60K of combined CPF balance and up to 20,000 for OA. So generally speaking, you realize that this is how government try to help in the retirement nest egg for Singaporean. Now let's go into the calculation. We are still on the first financial mastery to deepen, okay, to deepen the this portion of calculation. Okay, let's assume now you are the HDB owner. You are the HDB owner. Currently, the HDB loan concessionary is 2.6. Let's say currently the outstanding loan or the new loan or outstanding loan is 300,000, 300K. So the loan tenure is 25 years old. It can be 20 years, can be 15 years, but we have to have a scenario to let you fully appreciate what it means by this calculation. Your monthly installment will be 1361 if you do a calculation based on 2.6%, 300K, 25 year. And your total interest, I want to dawn upon you, total interest that you are paying is 108K. And now we are talking about 300K loan. Imagine it is a 600K loan. 600K loan means you times 2, almost 200 over K purely for the interest. If you don't calculate, you may not be aware. Yeah, because every month you pay a little. So this is something that I want to draw to your awareness. So if you look at this table here, this table, on the left column is a year. Yeah, so the year here. Year 1, year 2, all the way down to year 25. Yeah, year 25. Second column is the annual interest. Annual interest is the annual interest payment you're paying. Every year, how much interest. That is the part, interest, that the HDB is earning. Because it's a HDB loan. Because they loan you money, they must earn something. So that is the interest. So imagine the first year, they earn HDB. You are paying an interest of 7698 to the HDB. Your principal, remember you take a 300K loan? 300K loan. Your 300K loan, at the end of 1 year, you manage to repay 8635. Because you repay 8635, 300K loan minus 8635. That's why at the end of the first year, right? At the end of the first year, your outstanding loan is 291,365. So today's session is to draw upon you deeper. You must know interest, principal, outstanding balance. So that subsequently, even you yourself, you request from the HDB on your latest outstanding loan. Now you know, it is the way they calculate in this amortization table that subsequently derive your actual outstanding loan. Yeah. So let's say if you take a 25-year loan, you yourself take a 25-year loan, 5 years later, only then you refinance to another bank. So 5 years later means year 1, year 2, year 3, year 4, year 5. This, can you see this outstanding balance? That means after 5 years, right? After 5 years, you still owe the bank 254,495. And the interest that you pay, you saw this 36,000. Yes, for 5 years, meaning for 5 years, you pay 36,000 interest to the HDB. So how do you divide this 36,000? 7698 plus 7470 plus 7237 plus 6998 plus this amount. So all add up, you arrive at 36,000. So before I go into the second financial mastery, I am going to pull out an Excel sheet right now, okay, to share with you. At least you must understand, okay, understand, so that when you connect to your client, you have more insight for you to share. Let me go into the pulling of this Excel. Okay, if you are able to see my Excel now, you put a yes so that I know that you are currently seeing that. Don't worry about the Excel because later there's a magic and you'll know how to have the Excel also. Yeah. Okay, good. You can see the Excel. Good. Thank you so much. The energy level is super high. Really good. Yeah. Can see very high energy. Okay. So now if you look at my cursor, okay, my cursor, I'm circling the cursor. Okay, let me put on the annotation again. Hey. Okay, recall back, this is under the page of this is HDB 25 year at 2.6%. Yes. So this number is called the number of months. The number of months. 1 year got 12 months. 25 years got how many months? Will be 25 times 12. This is the amount. Amount means the monthly installment you have to pay. You have to pay 1361 for a 300K loan, 25 year, 2.6%. Your interest at 2.6% have to divide it by 12 months. Okay, don't worry about this because the Excel is the magic. For now, you only need to understand. At least you understand how the number is derived. That's why strengthening your foundation. You'll be a very different breed compared to other agents. Yeah. So basically is 2.6%, right? Divided by 12 months. Because I have to divide it by 12 months because it's per month. Okay. Times the 300K loan that you're owning. That's why the 650 is there. How do you derive the principal amount? The principal amount is 1361. So my cursor here, 1361 minus 650. That's where you repay the principal to the HDB. And after you repay this 711, that's where you still owe the bank 299,288. Because remember, you originally owe the bank 300K. So 300K minus 711.01. If you follow me, put in the chat group, say yes. If not, I can also repeat again. More on understanding. Wow, really good. Thank you so much for the response. Okay, there are person who say no, right? Okay, one person who say no. Okay, continue. Let me see. There's sorry, just to ask. Okay, there's one person. Isn't the interest rate based on the reduced balance so that the interest? Okay, let me go one more time. For those, bear with it to take it as refresh. Okay, so let me share with you. You only need to understand. Only need to understand. Okay, so now on my left is called the number of months. Okay, if I scroll, you realize I scroll all the way, right? Scroll. You realize scrolling all the way from from number 1 month all the way to 300. You use 300 divided by 12, you get exactly 25 years. So that's why I got 300 months. Yeah, 300 months. Okay. So going forward, at least you are not being intimidated by this kind of paper. You'll be very professional. Yeah. So based on 300K, because start state, okay, we need to have a assumption first. Let's say the start state, listen carefully, the start state is 300K. Your start state is 300K. Okay, so of course you definitely have to ask your client currently what is their current outstanding loan now. But I don't want to confuse you because you only need to know the concept first. Okay, so let's say now the current start state is 300K loan. 300K at 2.6% at 25 years. Every month you are paying 1361. This is called monthly installment. Did you realize one important thing? Every month you're paying 1361. Did you see this? Ladies and gentlemen, the one I highlighted now. Every month this one no change one. This whole amount that I highlight here. You see? This whole amount I highlight here in yellow, no change. Will be 1361. Yeah? The concept you need to know about is how this interest, you see this interest here? This interest generally is using 2.6% divided by 12 to make it a monthly interest. This interest times 300K, the starting outstanding balance, then becomes 650. So it's to calculate 650 first. So once you got 650, interest go to HDB. Then did you realize every month you pay same amount, 1361. So 1361 minus 650. That is the amount 711. That is repay your principal. So that's why your start state 300K, you minus your principal repayment. This is what we mean by principal repayment, is 711. And your outstanding loan is this amount, 299,288.99. This is at the end of first month. So imagine if you kwai, sometimes, you know, our older generation, they very hardworking, they go all the way. Imagine now we fast forward from the first month all the way to the 300 months. That means end of 25 years. You realize that the amount becomes zero. If I go all the way down, you see I'm scrolling. Scrolling. Okay, did you see? 300 months, right? Ta-da! Becomes zero. What is it, 25? This 25 is called year. Okay? 20, at the end of 25 years. Yeah? So now, before I go into the center column to strengthen your understanding, okay, if you so far follow me on the concept, maybe you can type, yes, you understand. Wow, thank you so much, Jerry, for understanding also. Yeah, very good energy. Yeah, very good energy. Thank you so much, everyone. Okay, thank you so much. Appreciate. Okay, so now I'm going to the second table. Okay, yeah, you only need to understand the first month first. Once you understand the first month, right? Oh yeah, thank you so much. Some reminded me to drink water. Yeah, I forget to take my water here. I'm not in my study room because my kids are now doing some of their work in the living room. Okay, okay. You only need to know the first month. Don't complicate yourself first because you are not going to physically calculate until like xiao, you know, cannot, don't need. So later I'll share with you the magic. All right. So you don't need to calculate like xiao, but you need to understand most important. First, understand. Yeah. Once you know the first month, it is basically just imagine you replicate like that all the way now to 300. Then you bingo become zero. But you don't need to calculate physically. Okay. So now I'm going to the second. Okay, there's a question on how do you arrive at 1361. Later, I'll go into that. Sabrina, okay, I'll go into that. Yes, my Excel calculator also provided for 1361. Later I'll share more. Okay, so now I want you to focus your attention now on this cursor that I'm sharing with you right now. Yeah, okay. Year 1 is here. So year 1. Now instead of year, this is year, this is month. Yeah, this is month. Let me type, this is month. So this is in month, this is in year. So in year is 25 years. So let's say, for example, you want to simplify to let your client know in 5 years how much interest they pay. So now I share with you, actually not difficult. You just need this small guidance. You'll be able to calculate. It's really 1 + 1 = 2 for this part, for this second table. Okay, you see this annual interest? Can you see this annual interest? 76. Let me make it bigger. 7698 annually. This annually is actually the sum of 650 plus 648.46 plus 646.92 is actually this whole color here. See that? Because 12 months, 1 year got 12 months. Yeah? So all the 12 months add up, you have 7698. Yeah? Annual interest, not difficult to calculate already. So long you have this whole table here. Your main purpose is a magic to know how to pull out this whole table here, so that you can have confidence, okay, to do an estimation. Only an estimate, because it's an estimate, because we don't know actually the actual outstanding loan. Even yourself now, you don't have your actual outstanding loan. You can only request from the HDB, you can only request from your existing private bank loan, but you can do rough calculation first. But you must at least have the basic foundation to do that. Yeah. So you see this? How about this principal amount? Principal amount, remember, is the amount you repay to reduce your 300K loan. This is what we always call principal amount. So 300K minus 8635. Did you realize? Now your monthly balance is 291,365. 291,365. Okay, how to calculate the annual principal? Also 1 + 1 = 2. I double click here. Did you realize? If I double click here, is literally 711 plus 712 plus 714 all the way. You add up, it is this amount, 8635. And at the end, the most important, your outstanding balance is always 300K minus principal. 300K minus principal only. Okay, principal only. So, why understanding this basic is important? I'm coming to the next point. So, assuming now you are HDB flat owner, you continue this paying of your own 2.6%, because you may be still holding on to your own HDB loan rate at 2.6%. What does that mean is, say for example, if currently your outstanding loan is 300K, if you fast forward another 5 years, do you know how much interest you're paying? You're paying 36,000. 36,000 interest. How is this 36,000 interest come about? It's actually year 1, year 2, year 3, year 4, year 5. This all add up become 36,000. This is the amount you pay if you take a HDB loan by holding on 5 years and then you refinance to another bank, if you so decided. Yeah. So if I go another table, before I go into another table, which is this, I just want you all to I just want to have a check whether you understand this annual interest principal and balance. If you understand, maybe you give me a yes. I go to the small screen called chat. Sorry, my time is a bit delayed because I need to go and find the small little chat box. Okay, chat box. So it's a bit slow. Let me go to the chat box now. Okay, if you understand that part, If you understand that part, please put some chat on it to see if you understand that part. If you understand, can you put a yes so that I know that you understand? Okay. Okay, let me go into the chat. Okay, yes, thank you so much for all the responses. Let me see my face a bit. Okay, stretch a bit. Let's stretch a bit. Okay, thanks for enduring for the past 1 hour already. Let's endure and okay, if you're drinking, we'll have a toast. But my drink now is outside my living room. Yeah. Okay, let's have a toast. 1, 2, 3. Toast. Please stay safe, stay healthy. Yeah. All right. So let me continue the second mastery. There are certain relation to it. There are certain. Yam Sing, thank you so much, Yam Sing. Okay, so let me go back to this second financial mastery. Second financial mastery. Then we will put everything together later. Okay, let me draw the annotation. Annotation. Okay, this is the annotation. Yep. Okay, annotation. Okay. Okay, second, you need to know private bank loan calculation and advice. Let me go into the second part. Okay, it is not just about calculation. Yeah, for grow teammates, it's never just purely calculation. Immediately, you also need to have practical advice that I'm going to give it to you right now. Okay, if the HDB flat owner, maybe like you and me, or anyone, your friend, if currently they are not on HDB loan, yeah, possible, right? They may be currently on bank loan. Maybe their few years back bank loan is about close to 2%. Even myself, recently my archipelago, I just did a refinancing, my own one. Okay, but that one is condo. But I also have recently helped my 2 clients help them refinance because few years back the interest rate is about 2% for private bank loan. Yeah, private bank loan. So I add value to them. I help them save money. But let's don't talk about this first. You need to know a few immediate thing you can add value. So if this flat owner now they are having the bank loan and they tell you, hey Ryner, I'm facing some difficulty. Can you lend me $500? Nah, just joking. Okay, or maybe they ask you, can you lend them $5,000? Yeah. Okay. So there are a few things that they can do seriously because when you really in hardship, you have to think some practical solution. If they are staying in a 5-room HDB flat and you realize maybe they don't need so many rooms, or temporarily they can make do with squeezing a bit first. Yeah. Okay. May want to consider sublet a spare room first. A spare room for $600, $800. That one is an additional income. Don't totally overrule that because really, okay, now many people don't have job. Second, you can add value by getting them to refinance to another bank. That's why immediately after this, you need to know how private bank loan work. Yeah, private bank loan work. To a more manageable rate, like how I did for my client. The interest rate that he has is about 2.7, that about private bank. So now I refinanced to another bank at about 1.6%. Very substantial. His loan is not 300K, you know. His loan is about 700,000. So you can see how much savings he saved. But you will not know until you fully appreciate this whole training today, which may be requiring you to drink a little bit of kopi o. All right, a little kopi o. Because I try to go slow. If I'm too fast, you can put in the Q&A slower. All right. Okay, or the third option is to, this whole slide, by the way, do y'all want it? If you do you want it? Let me see the checkbook. Okay, if you want it, I will, for Grow Group, I will, yeah, okay, I saw that. I will convert it into, I will send it to all of you. So you all can internalize the whole training here. So now pay full attention, because a lot of wisdom still come from the articulation and the explanation. So you can also approach the bank and negotiate. You can let them know, because they will realize that, hey, you are really not just another agent. You are really an agent that think for them. You say that they can also even think about calling back their bank and negotiate for any viable repricing, okay? Repricing, repayment arrangement. These are the few things you can do. When they say, yeah, why not? And if you can even say that you can be their representation, okay, to call the banker and help them with this. They just have to give you a letter of authorization to do that, to add value if you want to. Always remember, we want to give them more first. That is to connect. I want to give you even more important, immediate, practical advice that many agents may not know. Okay, so another one is this. Currently, due to this COVID-19, there's a situation whereby they can even defer their repayment of residential property loan. Now, take note, we are on the second circle already, second circle on mastering the private bank loan calculation, and also mastering the advice, that practical advice you can immediately give it to your client. Okay, you can advise the individual, your friend. It can be your friend, your relative, even yourself, who are currently having bank loan. Okay, for residential property, right, you can defer, number one, only the principal. Only the principal. Now you have a better understanding, right? Because of the earlier session. You can defer purely the principal. This number one. Or number two, you can also defer principal plus interest. So when principal plus interest, the one will equate the monthly installment. For the earlier case, we're referring to 1361. The 1361 is the monthly installment. So 1361 comprises interest, comprises principal. So you can also defer the whole principal and interest. And the good news is, currently you can do that all the way until 31st December 2020, ladies and gentlemen. 31st December 2020. Okay, same thing. You need to be professionally also know that, okay, interest will accrue. Interest will still accrue, okay? But it's only on the deferred principal amount. Only on the deferred principal amount. So let's say, for example, I give you, let's say if you recall back the principal, let's say the 6 months, month 1, month 2, month 3, month 4, month 5, month 6. The 6 months, if the deferred principal add up to be $5,000. So what this is calculating is, even though you defer, but you still have to pay interest. But the interest will not be based on the interest will only based on that $5,000. Okay, based on the $5,000 on the principal component only. There will not be, so only on the deferred principal. There will not be interest that's charged on the deferred interest payment. Generally, in a nutshell, government is protecting us. Quite steady on government. Okay, so the MAS is basically saying, well, we help your client, we help you. Okay, you still have to pay interest, but the interest, let's win-win. Only just the principal, based on the principal. Can you imagine if also have to add on to the interest deferred payment, your overall interest will be higher. But now not higher. In a nutshell, is very simply put, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 principal amount. If 5,000 is based on that amount, it doesn't need to account for the interest part based on the earlier Excel I showed you. Take note, there's one group that not entitled. If this individual has been in arrears for 90 days, as at 6 April 2020. So imagine now if this client happen to tell you that, hey, Ryner, hey, for the past 4 months, I haven't been paying anything. This group cannot. Why cannot? If I think about it this way is, they have been not paying for 4 months. My guess is maybe they are, there could be many reasons. Okay, there could be many reasons, but as of now, you just need to be aware. The MES criteria is such that currently, if it's already been arrears for 90 days, they are not eligible. Okay, what I think best they can do is to try to appeal to see whether there's a valid ground, and maybe hopefully got valid ground, case by case basis, we try to restructure the whole thing. So the good news is the individual do not need to demonstrate do not need to show that they are affected by COVID-19. Don't need. So long you apply, approve. So long you don't fall under this category, okay, for the past 90 days haven't been paying. Other than that, you don't need to show that you are affected by COVID-19. Some may be affected, some may be less affected, some may be totally not affected. Like Sing Xiong. Sing Xiong now become a billionaire, the boss, because everyone go to Sing Xiong and buy groceries. Yeah? So some may not be affected. So, okay, now coming into this bank loan calculation, interest rate currently is as low as 1.6%. Also providing the same scenario. Imagine this client that you connect, yeah, and then because you connect, they start to ask you a little bit about all this wisdom you share with them, and they decided to switch over to private bank. Even yourself, maybe after this whole session, you start to apply it. You immediately can know how substantially that you can save. You shift your outstanding 300K to private bank. Okay, private bank. Currently it's as low as about 1.6. There's also fixed, you know. Okay, the fixed I think is about 1.7, that about. Okay, 1.7, 1.8, slightly above, but still lower, much lower than the 2.6. So depending on whether you want to take the variable or the higher one. All right. So the monthly installment, just now I think Farina asked how to arrive. Later I will share with you shortly after this. So in this case, right, 1.6%, 300K, 25 years is 1214 per month. Now you have a better understanding, right? Monthly installment, this 1214 has two components. Interest component and principal. So add up equal 1214 per month. Total interest paid is 64,000. Using the same scenario, 64,000 if the interest rate were to reduce to 1.6%. Yeah. So the same table you see now, converted to year 1, year 2, year 3, year 4, year 5. So the 5-yearly interest is 22,000. The 22,000 is 5-yearly interest. How to get this? A recap, you add all this up. 4,728, you add all the way to 4,078. Arrive 22,029. Yeah. So remember this, a recap again. You have 300K loan, 300K loan minus principal repayment. So it is, this amount is 300K minus all this amount. Derive 249,191. Yeah. So this is the bank loan financial calculation mastery. Now I'm going to do the magic. Remember I promised you the magic. Okay, now you have the basic foundation. And how are you going to get the Excel? So now let me do this for you. Look at the screen. Yeah. Before I go to next, any so far so good? If good, maybe you all give me some response so that I know that you are still with me. Maybe something in the chat group. So far so good. The pace, is it okay? Is the pace okay? Wow, thank you for all the encouraging word. Thank you so much. Wow, thank you so much for all the good sign also. Yeah, thank you so much. Okay, thank you so much. Okay, so now I will now go into this screen right now. Let me put out. Okay, recently this COVID-19 has made me a lot more IT savvy. But I want to let you all know it's not easy because spend many nights uh, to 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 make sure that I adapt to the change, and many of my leaders also do that as well. So I sincerely want to let all of you know you must adapt to change, because my leaders and myself, we want all of you to be very successful. Yeah. So you must adapt to change. You must be very conversant and comfortable to this Zoom. For your friend that you happen to know and not in Zoom yet, I hope you can really give them a personal call to let them know that it's very paramount to know Zoom. Yeah. Okay. Let me go into this. Let me go into this. Okay. Can you see my screen now? If you are able, give me some response before I continue. Can you see my screen now? Is it a lot of icon? Is it my iPad? Is it my iPad? If yes, you put iPad, so at least I know you're seeing my iPad, not my slide. Yes, iPad. Thanks, Clay. Thanks, Jay. Thank you so much. Thanks, Anna. Wow, many. Thank you. Thanks for the response. Okay, so now it's very important you download this. My cursor is here. Download this. Um, download this calculator. Okay, the magic is in this calculator. You just have to use, okay, you just later can take a screenshot. You don't need to download now, don't need. I want you to fully focus now. Imagine now you have this already. You have this already. So what I do is like that. Okay, see now. So now I'll demonstrate. So I click. When I click this, I'll go to, I only use this calculator, loan calculator. So I go to loan calculator, I press. Remember the scenario is the outstanding loan is 300K, 300,000. So I key in 300,000, 300,000. Okay. Okay, remember the first mastery, your first mastery is on HDB loan financial calculation and also the practical advisors. That's very important. So now the answer, Fabrina, answer about the how to calculate money installment. You put 2.6% because 2.6% is HDB. You put 25 years. After you put 25 years already, right? You calculate. Yeah, you calculate. Did you realize that? Did you realize that money installment 1361 is out already? 1361. So that one is 1361. Total payment. This one for the time being, you don't need to know first. You know this monthly payment is 1361. I'm going to show you is the magic is this. You press amortization. Okay, you press amortization. Did you see amortization of this whole thing that came out? So in this whole thing, right, I will scroll all the way up. Scroll all the way up. So you don't need to go and one by one calculate, ladies and gentlemen. Don't need, don't need to go and one by one calculate. Yeah. But you need to know how to go into this amortization table. And then subsequently, you can, let me see where is the, okay. You see this amortization table, right? On the side, you see, did you see this email? Did you see this email? So now our email. Did you see this table? This table? So this table, right? This table I will send, you will send to yourself. Okay, you send to yourself. You just send to yourself. Let's say in this case, I send to Ryner Koh. Okay. Then after that, I'll just send. So I send out already, right? So let's say now when I send out, okay, let's say now when I send out, I will go to my email. Let me try to pull out. Let me try to pull out a letter. Okay, let me try to pull out. Give me a short while. Let me pull out. Let me pull out this very quickly for you. Okay, let me pull this out. Okay, pull this out. Okay. Okay, let me go into this. Okay, let me go into this. Okay, currently, let me go into my email. Okay, let me go into my email. Go into my email. Okay. Okay, can you see my email right now? If you can see my email, can you do some responses? At least I know that I'll guide you a little bit. You just type yes, can see email, my email, so that I know that we are referring to the same screen. Yes, can see my email. Okay, can see my email. Okay, so very good. So now when you see my email, right, I will open up the file. You see, I click the file. You see the whole Excel table come out already. The whole Excel table come out already. But because now you got better understanding, you just have to do your small little part, okay, to strengthen your foundation by adding the 1 to 12 on the, because we don't know whether your client want 25 years, 20 years, 15 years. So it's the small little part to add this interest component, principal component into yearly format. But the good news is you realize that this thing, right, make you very professional to understand fully. If I continue to scroll up, okay, scroll up, you get to see all this all the way up to 30. All the way up to 30. So Fabrina, now do you know how to calculate money installment using that table? Okay, hope you know how to calculate using the table. Yeah, very good. Fabrina answer yes already. So now Fabrina getting better. Okay, continue. Can endure or not? Endure a little bit more. I want to really say you guys are really powerful. You guys are staying until now, 1 hour, 22 minutes. I must really give you a well done, ladies and gentlemen. Wow, well, very well done, very well done. Okay, let's continue. We are ending soon, but endure a little bit. Okay, let's go. Okay, let's go. Okay, so now, third financial calculation mastery. Yeah, 3 vitals, very vitals that we can do now. The third one. So what is this third one? Let me pull out the annotation. Annotation means I'm pulling out this. You see this nice arrow? Can you see this nice arrow here? Yeah, recently I learned this. Wow, putting this, you see? This, so that I can guide you better. So now you are going to calculate how to you are going to master the calculation of refinancing, savings calculation. So let's shoot. It's literally very easy. You put side by side. You put side by side together. So let me show you side by side. 2.6, 1.6. Did you see? 1361, 1214. I want you to maybe to play real a bit. Imagine just now that story is yourself. It's a true story that currently your outstanding loan is 300K. Wow, maybe your outstanding loan is 400K, but we just say 300K, your own outstanding loan with HDB. Maybe it's not you. Maybe you say, hey, I stay in condo and I'm not having HDB loan. But it can be your brother, it can be your relative, it can be your natural market, it can be your good friend. It can be your good friend, you know. And then, so what is the problem? The problem is the problem is this. You see the cursor here? The problem is if continue to stay in the HDB loan, if they are aware that they are paying 108K, then it's okay. But some may not, you know, some may be very busy with their work. They are paying a total interest payment of 108K. But if you were to convert to private bank loan, the savings is up to 44K. How to get 44K? 108 minus 64. That is in a concept that it can save up to 44K, which is a lot of money, ladies and gentlemen. 44K I can set aside to do something else. Okay? So this is something that at least now you are aware, you put side by side. Yeah. So now if I were to put side by side, because just now the earlier part is assuming 25 years. That means all the way throughout, I will stay in HDB loan all the way for 25 years. Yeah. Are there such group? Yes, there are such group, you know, because they totally don't care about. They just know that HDB is very safe. They always got this conception. Yeah, I know it's very safe. Okay, very, very safe. But the problem is they continue to pay and pay and pay and pay. Then in no time, 44K. I wouldn't say that private bank is risky because I don't see big bank like DBS, UOB, OCBC, generally, especially in Singapore, will go bust. Okay, will go bust. That's what. But it's my opinion. But I personally, even myself, I always watch out on interest rate. I want to save that amount for my 3 kids, or maybe can also have me time. Maybe go a little bit of enjoying some nice bak kut teh, or now cannot say bak kut teh. Wow, sensitive. Because one guy kena punish because he bak kut teh while need to stay home, but he didn't. Okay, so generally speaking, if you go into the next slide. Okay, next slide, if I put the comparison, this is a table where you can do a little for your client if you want. Yeah, not hard rocket science. But if you think that today's training, even if you don't go deep into it, because of your strong foundation, you at least are able to communicate at deeper level. That one is more important. I say again, that one is more important. Not always number one. Sometimes it's the heart that you communicate, they know you understand. But let me go through this last part. HDB loan at 2.6% for 25 years. If this guy 5 years later, let's say 5 years later, or I call it now he switched. If now he met you through Zoom, through telecommunicator, or through text, yeah, then after that he know you, and then he decided to switch to a private bank. So basically, how you add value massively, you see whether is it massively. It's massively, even for yourself. Because immediately, if he do nothing, cumulative interest 36K. But immediately he go over to DBS Bank or UOB or OCBC. Okay, the time is can be as fast as after you sign the application form, right? Within 7 days, subject to the MSR, TDSR, okay, but should be okay. Okay, then immediately you're brought over to the refinance. Yeah. So cumulative interest is 22K. You see 22K versus 36K. Immediate savings, I call it 5-year saving, is 14,000. 14,000 is something that don't need to be wasteful. If you just do a call, but require such knowledge. What if 10 years? 26,000. Yeah, 26,000. So that is the savings. And subsequently, Do take note, they can choose either whether to get variable or fixed. But always remember, I have to remind them that once they refinance to private bank, they cannot go back to HDB. Okay, they cannot go back to HDB. Okay, there's another important trend I want you to understand. This is called outstanding loan trend, because it's important for you to understand this trend. Okay, just want to make sure you are seeing this slide, because I switched a little. Did you see my outstanding loan trend slide now? If yes, you put some response to me. Okay, yes, can. So I'll go back again. Okay, this one is very important for your individual own bank loan insight. This is what I learned during my university time in NUS on the loan, etc. Okay, imagine this. Now, let me pull out this annotation again. Yeah, did you see 300K? Okay, let me pull out 300K. First year 300K, you go down, go down, go down. After first year, you still owe the bank 254K. After 10 years, you still owe the bank 202K. After almost mid-year mark of the 25 years, you still owe the bank 179K. I want you as a trusted advisor, at least you know this. Did you realize, hey, how come I pay until 5 years? Why I still owe the bank so much? Still owe the bank so much. Still owe the bank so much. Yeah? This is how the table, you see the curve? The curve, the principal amount are reduced very slowly. Slowly. You can use this chart already as an insight. Because this chart will be the same chart for all other kind of loan and interest. Because the main concept of this insight is this. The first few initial year, right? The reduction of the principal amount is very, very small. It's very, very small. It get bigger only when you start to come at later year. You see, suddenly reduce drastically. The curve is steeper. The curve here is more gentle. More gentle. Okay, this is how bank earn money. Wow, now you know why Wee Chow Yao is a billionaire, right? Why bank earn money? Because of all this amortization. Okay, so what does that mean to you as an individual? It means if you, for your own stay property, whenever in the real estate sales you earn money already, the insight is do a partial repayment. Whenever you earn money, don't anyhow spend. Quickly do partial repayment. Because the more you do partial repayment, okay, the less total interest you pay. And the impact of this will be lesser. So that's the insight. It's also a good insight when your client asks, you know how to explain. Yeah, you know how to explain. So let me go into this. Yep. Okay, take a look at the same chart again. To let you understand, we use a fifth year of 25 year. Fifth year of 25 year, if you use 5 divided by 25 is about 20%. So this is called linear. If I use a linear 5 divided by 25, 20%, right? By right, I should pay 20% of the 300K. That one is easy calculation. When we do easy calculation, meaning very fast one, 5 divided by 25 times 30K. Okay, 8 times 300K loan. I should pay 20% really. Now, this training to you, to let you become a more trusted advisor, you realize the insight is this. The insight is you only pay 15%. Wow, 15%. Now this is a real thing. So that's why individually, your individual housing loan, your own housing loan, whenever you earn money, do a quick partial repayment. You can also advise that to your client. Yeah. So you see, 300K minus 254. Then you see 254 is here, so 25449. You see, 45,505 is the total interest payment. This, if you divide it by 300K loan, arrive at 15%. You see, 20 versus 15%. That's why this is what we mean by, you see, is being reduced very slowly in the initial year. So now you will not be surprised really if you were to go and buy a property. After that, you pay for 5 years, and then one day you wake up, you ask the banker to pull out your outstanding loan, you check, how come still so much? Because this is how it works. So the insight is whenever you earn money, do repayment. So this is important. Now, looking at this 3 circle, you have mastered the three financial calculation mastery. But there's also a very important thing called the C, which will round up the last part. You see the center C here? The center C here is important. Let me pull out the annotation. I'm going to use a new annotation. Okay. Did you see this annotation here? The C stands for connect consistently. Write it down somewhere. Connect consistently. You have to connect consistently. This is what you can do now, right now, okay, while you are staying at home. Okay, I'm providing you with 7 must-know practical steps that I used then when I started off as a rookie agent. I put it into this organized formula for you, adapting to this COVID-19. There are 7 must-know. Let's go through this 7 must-know together. Yeah. Okay, let me go into this. Okay, first, you must not sound like telemarketer. Must not sound. You must sound comfortable. It doesn't mean that at home now you cannot call your natural market. Natural market, I'm referring to your friends, your relative. I'm not asking you, say again, I'm not asking you to call them to do refinancing. No. I'm giving you tips now. So listen carefully on how to connect effectively. You must, the first tip is you must sound comfortable, relaxed, natural, sincere. Okay, this is number 1, very important. Okay, you must also set a number for yourself. Say for example, you know that how many number of call or number of texts per day. Example, you want to start baby step. Okay, every day 2, just 2, just 2. Okay, your phone list, just 2. It could be your poly friend, it could be your secondary friend. Say again, must be natural. Do not immediately say anything about refinance. No. Your main idea is what? The main idea is is to connect effectively. And then follow throughout your plan. You need to follow throughout your plan. If you already aim yourself 2 call, 2 texts per day, then you must follow through. Just 2 call today. You set your target. Okay, Ryner won't be setting for you. You set your own target. And also your existing client. Yeah? To call and text. Third one. Aim. At least you must have aimed, say for example, by end of 4th May, circuit breaker ends. But looking at it, my gut feeling tells me maybe have to extend. But let's assume at 4 May first, circuit breaker. Maybe by 4 May, you say that, okay, I must complete 200 natural market. So you divide 200 natural market divided by 10 days, 20. 20, if you think too scary for you, then 2. 2 times 10, 20. So we need clear 20. At least you take something, you do something. Yeah. The fourth tips is this: you need to plan. Okay, you need to plan. Okay, maybe after my breakfast, that is where I will start. Immediately, maybe about 10 to 11 is a good time. 10 to 12 is a good time. Just 2. Who know you do the 2 already, right? You do 4. But key, you must plan a time. Simple plan, not hard rocket science. Simple plan to call or text. You don't want to call, you text. Yeah. Number 5, who is your target audience? Your target audience for now in this COVID-19 circuit breaker, don't focus on, I say again, don't focus on cold market. Focus on all your natural market first. Natural market, friends, relatives, referrals, etc., etc. Your existing landlord, your existing tenant, landlord, more on landlord, not existing tenant, unless the existing tenant happen to own property. Okay, which may be because some of them actually rent out their own existing flat or condo, and they go and lease another area, the tenant, because maybe their children stay somewhere. So focus on natural market. Okay, natural market. your target audience. Okay, you need to be sensitive on timing right now. Normal time is before COVID-19 happened. Now is what we call COVID-19 time, or I call it new normal. So new normal time, your connection, the way you approach must adapt to this. Your action need to be appropriate, need to be thoughtful. Must be appropriate, must be thoughtful, because you don't want to be seen as at this point in time wanting to meet them. Cannot. It's a big no. Or even wanting to immediately call them and ask for business. No, that's not the way. It must be appropriate and thoughtful, a connection to concern. The connection to concern that, hey, how are they coping with their COVID-19? So let's go into this. You take a look at this appropriate approach. Okay, natural market, well, I'm referring to friends, relative, referral, acquaintance. Acquaintance, if I will put into, let's say, 3 categories. Category 1, 2, 3, make it simple for you. Category 1 is maybe your very close friend, very close relative that you communicate with. Okay? Then category number 2 is, okay, not so close, okay, but communicate, category 2. Category 3, which is not category 1 and not category 2. So that one you put all number 3. But all this inside your natural market. Cold market is total stranger. Total stranger. You need to go and find your new leads through the Facebook, through whichever. That one don't focus at this COVID-19. Yeah? Don't focus. So is it appropriate to call or text them? My answer to you is yes. It is your approach. Don't immediately ask for business. No. Okay, put yourself now. Imagine now. Ryner call you. Imagine now, Ryner call you. Okay, now I want to connect with you. Hello, Fabrina. Hey, this is Ryner. How are you? Then Fabrina maybe answer, yeah, I'm now staying at home. Yeah. So you see the natural part. You need to be very natural self. Okay, you need to be natural self. Don't sound like telemarketer. Okay, don't even sound like a robot. Yeah, you must be your own self. Okay, there are some tips given to you. But before I go into these tips, what is the approach? The approach is an empathy call. It must be an empathy call. Empathy means I understand you. Because currently, you know, COVID-19 affect a lot of income from many families. I understand you. So you want to more on concern about, hey, how are you really coping with this COVID-19 circuit breaker? And then from then, when the response, listen intently, and then build on the conversation. The whole first call, in fact, I want to tell you, do not even talk about refinance unless they ask you yourself. It's purely a quick connect with the 200. Why I use 200? Okay, because generally there's this statistic that shows if you open up a handphone, you should at least have 200 to 300 natural market handphone. Naturally, you should have roughly, as an average, you should have that number. Okay, so that is where I derive the number. So empathy is the ultimate form of customer insight. At this point, you can do something. I want you to just imagine now. Imagine now you, Ryner, connect to you. I didn't do any refinance. I just connect to you. Hey, how are you coping? Then after that, after the short call, I say, I need to go. I'll just say that, hey, I need to go for another Zoom training with my guys. Stay in touch. Stay healthy. Stay safe. Hey, how do you feel? You feel that Ryner connected to you. It's really a deliberate effort to want to connect to you. Yeah. But if you think deeper in the longer term, let's say when the COVID-19 ends, which may be 1 year from now, 2 years from now, but it's fine. But at least when the circuit breaker ends, when I reconnect with you, how will you feel? It's also easier, right? It's not starting anything cold. And if I were to do this during my circuit breaker period, constantly, in between small talk here and there, relation become better. So when COVID-19 has started to become better, right? There's this pent-up demand, you know. Now everyone cannot see show flat, cannot see property, etc. Yeah? So even when you start to reconnect to them, vis-a-vis another agent that never connect at all with them, suddenly they connect them. You will have that advantage from a longer term perspective because you're doing people business. This is something that I want to share with you. Yeah. And let me show you a suggested call script to your natural market. Okay. Yeah. Now let me better also go into this. If you now are seeing my slide called connection, okay, this slide called bro, how is your day? If you're on this slide, can you all say yes so that I know I didn't lose you? I didn't lose you. Okay, we are ending soon. Wow, really fantastic, you guys. Now is what time? I also cannot see my time. The screen is too small. Wow, it is a 1 hour 44 minutes. I really want to give you all this. Well done, really phenomenal. And get another 15 minutes. Well done. Yes. Really must give it to you all. Saturday afternoon, you stay until now. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Okay, so it can be a natural script. Say now I'm a telemarketer, but don't sound like telemarketer. Remember? Okay, how? Say that, hey bro, how's your day? As natural. If you can use Hokkien, Malay, Tamil, use that. Use your own language. Then wait for the recipient to communicate. Then the approach is built on the small talk. If he says, hey, very boring, yeah, I also very boring. Yeah, you can build on small talk. Yeah. And then small talk is, hey, did you listen to the recent live singer, all this? Then also build on small talk. So communicate, hey, the cases are getting more serious. Yeah, very well. Really getting more serious. I hope Singapore can really have the can really recover soon. Communicate like that. Then after that, lastly end something like, hey, bro, I need to go already. I need to conduct my Zoom training for my guys. Or you may say, hey, bro, I need to go. I need to attend my Zoom training from my friend. Okay. Stay in touch. Stay safe. Can you see that? Don't sound like any marketer. Must be natural. Yeah. How about SMS text? SMS text. SMS text can be something like that. Hey, okay, how is things getting along on this day of circuit breaker, staying at home? Something like that. Broken English also okay. Yeah. But of course, for those one perfect English one, unless your recipient also perfect English, sometimes too serious your text, you're scared of the recipient. So that's the reason why you need to know your audience. Even Hokkien, Chinese, certain thing can connect, but must be natural, must be sincere. Then same thing, build on the text. Lastly, wish them well. I'll show you one actual case example. Actual case. You see this actual case? The main idea is there. See this? How is thing getting along on this day 8 of circuit breaker, staying at home? Very casual text. Then you see my natural market responded, wow, gaining weight, proactive, blah blah. Then I say, I build on. The main idea is to build on. So she mentioned infection curve are not flattening. Not flattening means are not coming down. So I say, yeah, you rightly pointed out, we must be mentally prepared. Circuit breaker may extend. So you see all these are building on into their communication. So I build on, let's 加油. You see, let's 加油. Then after that I say something like that. I say, yep, got to go for a Zoom meeting in a minute. Stay in touch, sis. You see that? I didn't talk anything about refinancing. I connect effectively. So once you connect effectively, maybe your next connection, she may be asking you, and then you may be sub. So the connection need to be that foundation. The most important is the C as the connect effectively. I'm also giving you the last important 4 things you need to avoid. What are the 4 things? Avoid you interrupt. So when you telecall them, wait for them to talk. Don't interrupt. Imagine I interrupt you. When you're about wanting to tell something, I will continue to say, oh, how good my refinance is, blah, 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 blah. How good my asset progression. No, you don't do that. All right? Okay, you don't interrupt. You let them communicate. You build on their communication. If not, you feel, if imagine Ryner interrupt you, you feel undervalued, frustrated, disconnected. Now I'm talking business. Now I'm connecting to you as my natural market. And then I talk and talk and talk and talk. I'm not connecting to you. I need to just casually, like how I did for my actual case study that I did earlier on. Second, to avoid, say sorry for calling. Please don't start your statement by saying sorry. Hey, sorry for calling, Fabrina. Sorry for calling, Kenneth. By doing that, your opening line is quite negative. So people naturally say, hey, what happened? Maybe on guard. So you don't want to set this kind of negative tone for the whole of conversation. Very important. Huh? Because apology sometimes means you do something wrong. Yeah? You can do the affirmative approach. Hey, Clay, is this a good time for me to talk to you? Yeah. Hey, Clay, is this a good time for me to talk to you? Yeah. So you can go along that line. Hey, Cindy, is it a good time for me to talk to you? You can go along that line. So something that you need to be aware. If you got 口头禅 to use that. You got this unnatural habit to use. Hey, sorry for calling. Don't use that. Avoid. Okay, use word you don't understand. You must avoid using word you don't understand. You see all the terminology? MSR, LTV, ROI, ROE, rental yield, decouple, gear up. Okay, you want to use can. Do a little bit of homework first. Understand the word. Because you don't know. On the other side, they may study finance. They may study that particular subject. And if you say something that is grossly wrong, you lose that confidence. So don't use something you don't understand. Last one, empty promise. You promise to get the banker to call them, but you didn't follow through. You didn't follow through the banker. You must be active. Hey, banker, today must 7 p.m. contact my client already. But you didn't follow through, forget. Or reply it in a non-timely manner. So avoid having empty promise. Yeah, I'm coming to the last slide. Who is this guy? Ladies and gentlemen, this guy is my 偶像, right? My 偶像, Okay, this guy is Bruce Lee. Okay, it says this. Knowing is not enough, we must apply. Willing is not enough, we must do, all right? We must do. So the next 7 days challenge to you is entirely up to you, but if you are able to immediately practice the C S3, which is connect effectively, that will be the 7 days challenge. Or I can call it 10 days challenge. Is number one, look into your handphone, the 200 friends, relative. Remember category 1, category 2, category 3. Classify them into 1, 2, 3. 1 being the most important. I won't say important, the most closer to you. Yeah. Don't focus on core market yet. Then make it a point. Now I'm just giving you the challenge. 2, it can be 2 call or text. Entirely up to you. Using the 7 must know and also the 4 must avoid. These two together for the next 10 days. For the next 7 and 10 days, is entirely up to you. This one you're looking very long term to connect. And this is also, if this strategy will help you closer to your goal, your sales goal, in the longer term. We are always talking about longer term because remember COVID-19 could also be an opportunity. What do you mean? What do I mean by opportunity? Imagine this without COVID-19 in normal time. Do you think that in normal time we'll be able to learn everything so conveniently, so efficiently? Don't need to travel right now. With a cold, nice cold, we can now stay at home, aircon, and then enjoy a training. Yeah, save time, save money, save transport, and also at the same time, lowest opportunity cost. You may suddenly realize it's a big opportunity for you never before. You earn so substantially that in normal time you cannot earn, you cannot learn. In normal time, you are getting very distracted to send kids to school, to send, to do viewings, to do handover, etc. All this, but no time to attend. And in normal time, there's no Zoominar, Zoom webinar. In normal time, it's mainly all what? It's mainly all you have to go to the physical class. But now, no need. Now, it's huge opportunity if you put that meaning that it's the best time for you to learn. So this is the 10-day challenge for yourself. And of course, the last slide. Yeah, the last slide. What is this last slide? This is my 偶像, super muscular, like me. No lah, just kidding. Not muscular. Now getting must exercise. Okay, this, Wayne says this, Johnson. Success isn't about greatness. Think about it. Success really not about greatness. You see his build. If you see his video, the way he trained his muscle, right? It's about consistency. And of course, the way he trains muscle, he also trains mindset. Don't underestimate mindset, ladies and gentlemen. It's your foundation. So mindset training must equally important, must equally use it. He says this, consistent hard work gains success. Consistent hard work. So if you connect consistently, the word is what? Connect consistently. Then you realize the greatness will come. It may not come immediately, it will come later. Just like we train our muscle in the gym room. Like myself, okay, now still trying hard, and I'm determined to continue to keep fit. Hope you can give me your support. With that, then you will gain greatness. So looking back at this 3 circle here, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you have learned, my dear teammates, you have learned the 3 financial calculation skill, which is the HTD, bank, and refinancing. And most importantly, also the practical advice that I mentioned to you. And for this 3 bubble, the middle C asterisk, connect consistently. Connect consistently using the 3 circle foundation that you have. And that is how you can immediately add massive value for all your clients. So now, I'm opening to some Q&A, the last part for maybe a 3 minutes Q&A, okay? So that everyone can learn together. If you've got any question, you may have this. And meanwhile, while waiting for a question, right? If you think today's session you really learned something, you can also give me some feedback in your text so that I know, or you can say super lousy or whatever. Just be frank. If super lousy, also can say super lousy. So if you learn something, you can text so that I can further improve myself in any way to add value to all of you. Okay. Well, thank you so much for the thank you so much for the kind word. Thank you so much. Wow. Thank you so much. Okay. Really appreciate that. I have a lot of thankful students. I'm seeing the whole chat group now. Many have responded to the, thank you so much. Really, I really appreciate that all your nice encouraging word, because your nice encouraging word really motivates me and all my grow leaders to want to do more, Thank you so much. Okay, any particular question? Thank you so much for all the encouragement. I still see it's coming in. Wow, thank you so much. Really appreciate. Thank you. Any other question? Let me go to the Q&A. Okay, let me go into Q&A because whenever I try to go into the screen, I'm also trying to toggle the Q&A and also the chat is a bit small, so that's why a bit lag. Let me go into this Q&A. I don't know why I can't open up the Q&A chat now. Maybe you try opening, if you got any question. Yes, the spreadsheet, okay, remember the spreadsheet is you must download the important, I'll be sending you the whole slide. Do you want the whole slide? Just want to check. Do you want the whole slide? Michelle, yes. Thank you so much. Wow, the encouraging word is still coming. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Yes, I will convert the whole slide to all of you. I'll convert the whole slide to all of you so that you all can do an important refresh and revision. Okay, the Excel is, remember you must download the application that I showed you. Okay, I will also rebroadcast into the chat group later, because from there you email to yourself, the whole Excel will come out already. Yeah. Okay, any question for the next 1-2 minutes? If you have any question, well, thank you so much for saying this. Not just sharing technical, but also practical application. Super. Thank you. It's all this that warms the leaders, all my leaders' heart to want to continue to provide that training to you. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, you try not to text into the Q&A because currently don't know why. Oh, okay, managed to open up the Q&A now. Okay, let me have a quick one. Let me see. Okay, the question is about the the bank rates. Would it increase drastically? Okay, let me answer the question. Okay, for bank rates, right, it has been staying at below 2% for quite a long time already. And if you are aware, right, recently the Federal Reserve, right, has announced quantitative easing. What is quantitative easing? Quantitative easing means they are printing a lot of money in the market, pumping a lot of money into the market. In fact, Federal Reserve mentioned that they want to be unlimited. So it's to give the confidence to the market that currently COVID-19, right, they'll continue to print more money. So when there's more money, more supply means what? More supplies means, okay, if I use this as a fact, more supply of money, like then, remember the quantitative easing start then when there's a Lehman Brothers. So that's where the interest rate go all-time low. This is what's happening right now, all-time low, because there's a lot of money in the market. Yeah. So if you ask me in the short term, I don't see, in the short term, at least for the next 1-2 years, right? I don't foresee the interest rate will go up drastically. So even myself, that's the reason why I take private loan. In the past few years already, like since I joined this industry, I remember then I bought Archipelago in 21213. Then I already paying 2%. Now even worse, 1%. Then I 2%. I just remember I just mentioned to you, I just refinance because then my loan rate is about 2%, already quite low already. 2012, you can give this story to your client, practical story, 2012, 2%. Now fast forward 8 years, 8 years, because then got quantitative easing in 2009, okay? So until now, now even lower, 1.6. And now with Federal Reserve just announced quantitative easing, it will be even, I think it will stay at this low level, at least for a while, okay? I don't see it coming up. Okay, another question, let me answer another 2 more questions. Okay, is it bank loan safe? There's one question that asks whether is it bank loan safe. Okay, bank loan is very safe because I don't, okay, opinion, I don't foresee DBS Bank, OCBC Bank, and UOB to go bankrupt. Okay, the only risk you have to highlight 2 things as a trusted advisor. Number 1, you need to let them know once they refinance, like yourself, yourself refinance, you cannot go back to HDB already, cannot. This is number 1. Number 2, in the unlikely event, if let's say for example, if the interest rate go up to 5%, like many donkey years back, have to pay 5%. So that is the risk, but very unlikely. Because if you go up, right, then you also have the opportunity to do refinance. Okay, let me see, another last question. Okay, last question. Oh, I saw an interesting question. What is the song? What is the name of the Chinese song? Okay, that one separately, I let you know. That one is by separately let you know. Okay. Okay, let me see. Too many questions. Now, wow, a lot of questions. Okay, but it's generally more or less quite the same. Okay, let me answer the last question. Okay, what is the fees from HDB to, okay, generally there's important key costs. You need to factor in what I call the legal cost. So generally you realize you can go up, your savings can go up to 5 figure. But legal cost from HDB refinance to private bank is about 1,500. But from private bank refinance to private bank is about 1,800. So overall still have saving. Generally, your connection is to connect first, and then subsequently, you will provide banker to contact them directly. But because now with your foundation, you are able to communicate with more confidence. Okay, if property market price drop, will bank revalue? Okay, at least as at now, before I conduct this training, I actually called up the banker. They are not revaluing the Singapore property value now. So we can only talk at this point in time. They are not, because they still have very high confidence in Singapore property market. Because they still see COVID-19, while PM Lee has hinted it could be 1 year, 2 year, but generally midterm, 3 year, 5 year down the road, generally bank are still confident. Okay, bank are still confident. They are not readjusting the value down. Good news, I want to let you know, okay, for this Q&A, people, our dear teammates here, when you refinance, right, okay, many people do not know that. If you refinance, your loan to value ratio don't need to follow 75%. If it's for own stay property, right, own stay one can go all the way up to 90%. So even if the value adjusted now, adjusted down, right, chances is high that you'll still be able to do refinance. Number two is the loan to value rate, the loan tenure don't need to follow age ceiling of 65. Not many people know, right? Meaning if you refinance, right, to lower your cash flow problem, okay, the client, you can also advise your client that they can, okay, go higher loan tenure up to 75 years of age. 75 years minus their age. Of course, cap also, cap at the maximum of 30, okay, ideally 30. Some, but most importantly is you know that you have this avenue. So even if the value were to come down, the up to 90% will help. Okay, so I think I will just stop now. Okay, I would say my last thank you everyone. I sincerely appreciate all your kind word that came in earlier on. Thank you so much, and I hope you enjoy your this Saturday.